And we are officially back. So, before we left off on our break, our faithful party here, our band of do-gooders and possibly do-badders, if you count the death of the innocent man they murdered, have made it through some rather interesting tracking means and a few select choices to a grove in the woods where there was the skulls of beastmen and strange symbols carved into trees and a small hovel with it appears to be some kind of smoke coming out of it. And I believe, Catch, you were making your way through the entryway into the grove?
I was attempting to, but you said as soon as that started up, we heard growls.
Yes. So immediately, I would say they're probably going to be about 40, 50 feet behind you. No, excuse me, not feet, 40 yards behind you.
Okay. It's like
40 feet would be bad. They would close the distance quick. About 40 yards behind you, you see where you guys had taken a turn, you see these three giant hound-like creatures burst through the brush, loping towards you specifically, Marius, since you were kind of holding the woman and the child next to her, and Catch and Seek were already through this entryway into the grove. You also see the beastmen kind of hollering. You can hear them braying and running after the hounds. What would you guys like to do? And we'll start with go ahead and you guys both roll me initiative.
All right.
So just roll a d10 and then add your initiative modifier.
Oh, yeah. Okay. D10.
And that modifier is a point for every 2 10s, right? Like 29 would be
it's
2.
a point for every 10 points into your initiative skill.
Right. Fuck's sake.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. And what did you get?
That would be a 3.
Plus your modifier?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Plus 2.
Oh, okay.
I go last.
So Catch, or excuse me, Marius, you get to act first.
Shit. How far is this hovel, do I think? Is it pretty good distance away?
It's about, I'd say, 20 yards.
Okay.
You can move about 40 feet per turn in combat, which is almost like a run.
Okay. I'd probably scoop up the girl.
The woman or the girl?
The girl.
Okay.
And just try to book it with the woman as much as I can, like helping her either okay. How hard is it me to pick up this girl?
Oh, she's like 7 years old. It's going to be, especially for someone of your strength.
Yeah.
No problem. Easily.
I'm looking at the at Miss Suna. What do I think I can? Do I think I can pick her up and run faster than she'd be able to hobble?
You? Definitely. Do you want to make a strength check?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
I believe in you.
For you, I would make this average, so plus 20.
Plus 20. Okay. Here we go. I'm scared. Oh, good thing. Oh, wait. Okay. It's going to be pretty good. I rolled a 6. Oh. My strength is 40, so plus 20 is 60.
Okay. Yeah. You easily snatch up the girl with one hand, and then you throw Suna over your shoulder, almost like a fireman's carry.
Yeah.
You grab them, and she's kind of like, ah! And of course, she drops the crutch, the makeshift crutch that you'd made for her, and you just start booking it, and you cover easily the 40 feet that you could have moved, and you're at a dead sprint I'm assuming you're making it straight for the hovel.
I'm making it straight for the hovel.
Okay, so you book it past Catch and Seek, who are kind of shocked at what just happened.
Yeah. As running past, I just run away.
Okay. All right. Catch. You are still kind of looking in the direction of the noise you just heard, and you're kind of not able to move at the moment because it's not your turn yet. But you see the creatures cover the distance really quickly. In fact, you think if they're moving at the pace that they are going to be able to snatch you within the next few seconds.
Right.
They make it all the way to the barrier, the tree barrier that you guys crossed, and then they plow their feet into the ground and just skid, and they're kind of slinking away, and they get all the way to the barrier and they stop. And they're just kind of barking and snarling in your direction. Now it's your turn.
Back away fucking slowly. Because I'm certainly not... Like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know if it's a plot, so I don't want to turn my back to him. I'm going to backpedal.
Okay. What about...
Towards where...
what about Seek?
Was going. He is with me. Healed.
Okay.
Healed. With me.
Okay, and he's highly agitated at the... I mean, these are massive, and you can see them, especially in the moonlight now. These are hounds, but they are on a scale that is unimaginable to you. Definitely mutated in some way. And you've heard of beastmen keeping hounds before. These would be chaos hounds, like war hounds almost. And they're specifically used for tracking prey. But they're hard to keep in line, which is why always it takes a firm beastman's hand to keep them in check.
Wonderful. So yeah. Yes. As I'm taking more and more steps away, are they making any kind of advancement?
It looks like they're kind of lunging, but they're not passing the trees. They're just kind of and barking and slathering, but they're not passing the trees.
Right. Yeah. I think at that point I'm just gonna run to catch up with Marius wherever he's made it to.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are sprinting. I would say that by this time you guys could have made it to the hovel. And you see from the hovel, if you're looking back, you can see that the hounds are still kind of sitting there barking. And I mean, they're very loud, and it's a very deep, throaty kind of snarl. And then you hear the beastmen speaking to each other in their language, and kind of then you see the horns and you see the heads, and they're hesitant about approaching. And they kind of just look at you, and you see one of the beastmen put its hand out and go to reach through where the barrier is, and his fingers blacken and kind of burn at the tips. And he pulls his hand back and kind of snarling and kind of a rage, and just kind of beats his chest and throws out a deep challenge across this almost invisible barrier that has encompassed this hovel.
I'm going to give it the middle finger and just continue into the hovel.
Okay. At that, it's definitely it's locked eyes with you, and you get the idea that this thing knows it's coming for you whenever it gets the chance.
Oh, shit.
Come at me, bro.
It's like it has that like almost a human cunning about its eyes, and it's locked eyes with you, and it knows who you are, and it will come for you. And it turns its back on you, and as it does, it smacks and kicks one of the hounds, and then drags them with it.
Well, that went according to plan.
Oh.
Let's see what we have here, good Marius.
Okay. As you guys are, so now that has been dealt with, as you guys are approaching the hovel, you notice that there are stones, almost like little mounds that have been purposely built on a path straight from that barrier straight to the hovel. And they are arranged in bizarre patterns. You get the feeling that if you were to see this from like a skyward angle, they would make out some kind of pattern of some kind, maybe a symbol, with the hovel being the epicenter of it. And as you guys are approaching the hovel, you get to what would be almost like the porch area. And the hovel isn't very big. This would be like a small, like almost wooden dirt mound. Almost. It's something you never experienced anything like this, as to what this looks like to you. Now, Marius, on the other hand, this actually looks like a step up from where you live.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's very unnerving, because it's built in a kind of weird fashion. It's not built in the typical square fashions of what you're used to in normal civilization. It's more of a rounded structure, almost like a burial mound, is what you would recognize it as. And you have passed burial mounds in the past. They often litter some of the valleys of Wissenland, and they can usually contain the remains of the long-lost tribal people that used to settle this land. So, as you guys are approaching this, let me get a perception check from both of you. And Marius, yours is going to be, because at this point the darkness is really setting in, yours is going to be difficult. So it's going to be at -20.
Oh, all right.
But Catch, since you have night vision, yours is going to be average at +20.
+20, okay.
All right.
That's 49. That's a 19. So that's 3 degrees of success.
Okay. And what about you, Marius?
All right. Let's see. Ooh. Rolled a 69. And yeah, that's gonna be a big failure. 9 would be my perception. So
Got it.
6 degrees of failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't see anything. You're focused on just getting to the hovel door. Catch, on the other hand, you're used to being in darker environments for sure. Definitely with the time you've spent trying to get into your profession back in your home city. And you notice as you're approaching this this small hovel of what you believe is Mother Inga, from what Suna has said, that there are almost like wind chime kind of totems made of bones, kind of hanging from little pieces of the structure. There are no windows into the structure. There's only a central door, and it also is a strange kind of bizarre, almost natural shape to it. There are also runes carved into the side of this hut and into the doorway that you can see very clearly. They almost are giving off a little bit of a luminescent glow about them. Now, there is still the smoke drifting up from the chimney, and all of you can kind of smell almost like a cooking meat kind of on the slight breeze that you're getting coming off of the hovel. There are very perfectly arranged white rocks. They're obviously painted rocks right around the entrance to the hovel. They're arranged in some kind of pattern. You're not sure what it means. Catch. You specifically will recognize some of the symbols. as they are also some of the symbols that you recently saw on the scroll that you picked up.
Oh, the nightmare trip I went on?
Yes. So you would recognize them as symbols that were actually written on the scroll before you touched it.
Oh, okay.
So you haven't looked at the scroll since. You're not sure what's on it, so on and so forth. But before you touched it, you would recognize some of the symbols. Now, there are, of course, more bone decorations. You're not sure. Some of them are definitely beastmen, like horns and skulls. Some of them you're not quite sure what they are. Some of them of the bones are large. Some of them are small. Some of them look very human in a way. But since you passed your test so well, Ketch, you also see off to the right as you guys both make it to the door, you see a red glint to your right. And as you look over, you see a very similar sight of the red rodent-like demon mask that you saw on the dead man that you peeled the scroll from. There's one of the masks hanging from one of the chimes off to the right. What would you guys like to do?
I'll leave it up to Catch there because my character probably didn't see much of anything, so he's probably just focused on this door.
That's very true.
Okay.
So he says just a single mask up
Just
there?
you only see one. Now you haven't like scoped out the entire hovel. You get the feeling that there are decorations around this entire place. But from the front door where you're looking, because you rolled so well, you can see that kind of poking around the corner.
Interesting. Well, looking to Marius, I've only known you a short time. And I feel like, though, we are destined for some interesting adventures. And as a wise man once told me, fuck it, and I'm just going to go into the hovel.
All right. I just kind of shrugged and like, oh, all right.
Okay. Suna is terrified. Suna is like, my God, are we going in?
You want to go out, love?
I think it best if they stay out here.
Don't leave me out here. Don't leave me out here.
I'm still carrying at this point, so they're coming with me. So.
Okay. You haven't put him down?
No, I haven't put him down yet. Okay. So, yeah.
All right, well, you're coming in. You're going. So you're both going in.
I'm going in. We're going in. We're all going in.
Okay.
I'm following him. Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys approach the door's actually cracked. Marius, you would be the first one to get there. Are you plowing in? Are you slowly opening it?
I thought we were next to each other in the.
I'm still going by initiative order on when to act. So
okay, no, I'll probably hold my turn until I see. If he said, fuck
so Catch, how would you like to enter? Are you just going to bust the door open, or what are you going to do?
At this point, I wouldn't say I'm not going to kick the door open, going, "What's up, bitches?" But I am cautiously entering the abode.
Okay, so you slowly creak the door open.
All right.
Do you want to peek in? Do you want to enter?
No, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to see as much as I can as I slowly open the door. Yeah,
all right.
I'm very cautious, looking around, scoping out as much as I can.
Yeah, even with your night vision, it's very dark in this hovel. The only light seems to be coming from underneath the fire of like a big, almost like cauldron of some kind, cooking in the center, which is where the you can see at the top of the hovel. That's where the chimney is placed, very expertly, and you can smell very, very sweet smell in addition to the meat cooking. And you get the idea that the sweet smell is actually coming off of, there are some very odd-looking candles that are decorating the walls. There are tons of like little trinkets and baubles all throughout the space. Odds and ends, chairs and tables with stuff stacked upon them. There's even a small nook that has like books and things of some kind. And there's lots of very almost tribal decorations hanging from the ceiling still. More, of course, more bones and whatnot. There is also, in the very center of the room, beneath the boiling cauldron, there seems to be some kind of rug that decorates the majority of the space. And it's made from some kind of blue, lizard-like creature that spans most of the floor. And you get the idea that it's very reptilian, almost like scales. And it comes to where the face should be. It looks like the head was missing for some reason, but it is pretty big, at least the size of a troll. If you've heard of trolls before, and so it's a very large creature and spans the majority of this hovel.
Terrifying. Okay, but yeah, we are committed to this at this point. So yeah, I don't see anybody.
You don't see anyone.
What is how is Seek feeling about all this? Is he still feeling pretty unimpressed?
Seek now that Seek's this close, he's very on edge. All the hairs are standing up, and he's kind of glancing around, but he's following your lead.
Right. I guess go inside and see what I see upon further inspection.
Okay. Do you follow Marius?
Yeah, I probably follow.
Okay.
I might say, hello, anyone there?
Oh, you fucking moron! I just turn around and give him a look like Stewie from Family Guy, when just turns his head sideways looking at him.
There's no immediate answer.
Okay.
But Suna is agitating. She's trying to let go of me. Let go of me. Are you going to put her down?
I don't know. Oh, the little girl, is she freaking out too?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, she's clawing. She's trying. Matter of fact, she's biting you. She's trying to bite your arm, trying to get you to let her go.
All right. I look at them both and I'm like, really? Are you guys? What are you guys gonna do? Okay, I don't know. I guess I put them down.
Okay. As soon as you put Suna down, she snatches up the kid. She says, "Abby, are you okay?" She's like, "Yes, mother." I said, "I can't believe you brought us here." And she goes to bolt for the door.
I go. I grab him. Masuna, and then I say, "You don't want to be out in there in the woods with those things. There's no way that you'd be able to make it back to town."
She just looks back at you. "It's better than being with her." And she makes a move towards the door again, but before she can, the door, boom, slammed closed.
Not she.
You hear a voice that echoes around the entire hovel. "What is it you seek, children of the Hammer Bearer?"
Oh, gee. Oh, boy. I don't know. I guess I'd probably be a little scared. So.
I'm going to whisper to, because I just heard that interaction with...
Now, I will say this. I need both of you guys to make me a cool test.
All right, cool.
So this is a voice that's disturbing us to our bones, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any kind of advantage or disadvantage?
Just straight cool test.
Straight cool test. Okay. I rolled a 21 and I have a cool of 47.
Oof. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
I have a cool of 35. I rolled a 98.
Oh.
I am freaking the fuck out right now.
Catch, you are terrified. This is way out of the norm for you. You're used to being in tight spaces, but suddenly it feels like the walls are closing in around you, and that voice is just kind of reverberating around your skull. And you currently have the fear condition.
Gotcha.
So what that means is that you cannot approach the target that is inspiring your fear, which you can't see right now, and any tests you would make against it would be at like a severe disadvantage.
Okay.
Until you can shrug it off.
Right.
Okay. And the voice repeats itself again. What is it you seek, children of the Hammer Bearer?
I'd be like, first off, ma'am, I'd like to apologize for just entering your house like this, but we were running away from those filthy man-beast things out there. You know, we've got a woman and child here. We've just survived an attack, and someone told us to follow you. We thought we knew him. What was his name? And I look at Miss Suna.
Woman and child, you say? And Suna looks like terrified. She's clutching Abby really close to her. Stay away, you witch!
No need for name calling. No need for name calling. I'm sure you're a very lovely woman.
You think you bring innocence to this place?
I think I bring, myself. I'm not innocent. Done some things I'm not proud of. But who hasn't? I mean, we all done some shady things here or there. We're just looking for just a little place to rest for a little bit. We'll be out first thing in the morning.
Then all you hear this specifically. Catch. Child of many names, your fate will lead you into the depths. In the dark and filth, you will find doom. His many children will feast on your entrails as you vainly sacrifice your body to stave off the ever-changing.
Cool.
At the exact same moment, Marius, you're hearing this at the same time. Marius, you hear, Wolf, mortal of the mountain, your fate is tied to those that took your very existence. You will fight and claw for survival, only to be taken by the essence of life and that of death.
Do I react any differently because of my cool score?
You aren't as freaking the hell out.
Okay.
But needless to say, you heard that in your head and you get the feeling no one else heard it.
All right. So, can we stay then?
And now all of you can hear this. Fate always brings you here, it seems. The gods are cruel and conniving like this. And now you see a figure appear behind the cauldron. It's very short. Very, very short figure. Very kind of stooped, hunched form. And Catch, since you were still technically the closest, you can see better than anyone else. You can see that the eyes are milky white. And Suna looks up and she says, Mother Inga, the sightless. She seems to move much more quickly than her stooped form would tell. And despite her apparent age, she looks like the skin is very wrinkled and worn. She has a very voluptuous form and rather revealing clothing. It's very almost disturbing in a way. There are various charms and skeletal jewelry kind of hanging from her, and bits of like flowers and whatnot kind of decorating her long black and gray hair. And she kind of just looks out at Suna. You bring taint into this house.
I fucking knew it. No. Yo, you there's something with this woman.
Suna just looks, her eyes are wide. Stay away, old. You crone, stay away! And she's clawing at the door. She's smacking. She's trying to pull the door open, but it's closed tight, and she can't budge it. Don't worry, young one. Don't worry. No harm will befall you within my domain. Just know I see you for who you really are.
I'm gonna ask her. What's this taint about? What do you mean?
I know not. She's insane. Can't you see?
I can't see very well in the dark, actually. But
let me help you. She snaps her fingers, and more of the candles spring to life. And now it's almost as if the sun was lit in this room.
Oh, damn.
There is just white light, all encompassing. And it blinds all of you. You're just clutching at your eyes, and then it dims. And now it's almost like a decent firelight now. All of you can see normally. Seek has flipped out. He's underneath you at this point, Catch, just quivering and shaking in fear.
Well, I'm kind of peeing myself too, so I mean, I feel
Okay.
I mean, I think what's bad of a roll as I rolled, man, I'm nothing. I'm useless. I'm ready to hand over that woman and child to sacrifice to his witches to let me out. So, I've got nothing. This is on you right now, Marius.
So I'm probably just gonna be like, Miss Suna, calm down, you know?
So Mother Inga is going to look at you, Marius, seeing that you're the one speaking to her. At least you think she's looking at you. Her eyes are completely dead, like there's nothing. It's even more obvious now that the lights have been more well lit in the room, that she is in fact blind.
Okay.
And she looks directly in your direction. I ask you this again, child of the hammer. What is it you seek? The threads of fate have bound you in more ways than I can count. You and this one, and she points to you, Catch. You two are intertwined in a way unknown to me. What is it you seek?
I'd probably be like, I would assume Marius probably wouldn't understand such like a deep question like that, like a philosophical question. He would probably be like, I thought, maybe stay here at night, just make sure we don't get eaten alive by beastmen outside, and be on our way. So that's what I seek.
She'll look at you and just kind of brush her hand, and suddenly she's right next to you,
Hachi.
Marius, and her hand is brushing against your face. You are most beautiful, young one. And she's slowly caressing your face. And she's about 2 foot shorter than you, but it is unnerving how quickly she moved to you. You almost couldn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, gee. Let's see. I might be like, you've, I like to think I'm pretty good looking too, but,
oh, yes, very gifted, it would seem.
So I've been told. Just, you're not bad yourself. And I'm probably lying to her. Trying to be charming.
It's funny that you say that. You say not bad yourself, and she kind of looks at you and smiles, and there's teeth missing, of course. Almost gums. Yeah. She almost just has gums left at this point. But the weird thing is, as she smiles, her whole visage shifts, and you see a young, beautiful woman. I mean, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, standing in front of you now, touching your face.
Don't like it at all.
Seduce her, you beautiful bastard.
Does Catch see this?
No, here's the thing. This is what you see. And then suddenly you hear a voice. Yes, quite lovely, it would seem.
Can I roll like a... Can I do a check, like a perception check?
Sure. Go ahead. You know what?
Oh,
man, what is it for insight?
Oh, they don't have insight. They have intuition.
Hold on. Let me see. I think there's a different skill. Just give me a second.
All right.
There's another skill that you can use for this.
Gamble.
Consume alcohol.
You can't.
I'll need a lot of booze to get this one down.
I believe in you.
Yeah, there is intuition. Hold on, let me make sure it is what I think it is.
Okay.
Yes, intuition. It's based off of initiative.
Yeah. I guess I'll roll that. All right. Ugh, not too good. If it's a straight roll, it'd be over 2 degrees of failure. I have a 24. No, actually, sorry. Yeah, 24.
Well, it's not going to matter. Mother Inga did not fare well in her test versus you.
Okay.
So you see that it's almost like you almost see 2 forms. You see the old woman and you see the beautiful woman kind of laid on top of each other. You see a shift, brief, but you see a shift, and you think that one of these forms is the true one, but you're not sure which one it is.
Yeah. I'm flattered, Mother Inga, but it'd probably take a couple bottles,
And now it's the old woman kind of giggling.
Okay.
And suddenly she's next to you, Catch.
Oh, and I pee myself.
She says, don't be afraid. You are most. And she smells your hair. Ripe.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And but as she's smelling you, she kind of stops for a second. Seems you're not the only one to bring taint into this house. And her hand quickly slips around your midsection. And it comes back. And she's holding the scroll that you had in your bag.
Right.
She's holding it. And she looks at it. Finally it has come. And it rolls open. But nothing happens to her. Not like what you've seen in the past.
Right.
Do you know what you have, young one?
I don't know. I just know it sent me on a very bad acid trip. And I don't care to go on that journey again. What is it?
Now I know why I can't see your fates. You two have been bound, tethered by the gods. Great weight has been placed upon you.
Marius would probably just be looking at her kind of dumbfounded.
How about you,
Not
Cat?
understanding the gravity of the situation, I guess.
I'm still just kind of playing the lack of cool I'm experiencing right now.
Got it. And she's eerily close to you.
Like, oh, and I'm just rambling. Like, yeah, this is cool that we picked up. I'm just trying to go about catching my rats. If you need the woman and the child, I mean, I don't really care at this point. I'm just going on. Just whatever. Take the handsome man with the pickaxe with you. Whatever you need.
The child is pure. The woman is worthless trash. And Suna just looks at her. You foul bitch.
Whoa, no need for name calling.
And Mother Inga just kind of looks at her, head tilted. You dare speak to me this way?
She apologizes, madam, that she wouldn't say something so terrible in your house. And I kind of glance at her to be like, hey, play it cool, just don't be a dick.
All right. And she looks back to Catch with the scroll. Have you read this? Can you read this?
I've seen some runes on it, but when I touched it, I went into very bad places, and many bad things happened to me. I don't know what's going on. I just catch rats.
Go ahead and make me a intelligence test, an average intelligence test with plus 20.
Okay, I'm bringing up to a 51. I rolled a 44, so 1 degree of success.
Okay. With her holding the scroll and you not touching it, it's laid open, and you can see the markings on it. You recognize some of it. It's not language, but you recognize symbols. Specifically, there are runes, dwarven runes, drawn, inscribed almost, and it's very odd because dwarves don't write on paper typically. They usually write in stone, or they do write on paper, but usually it's with a different medium than just ink. Let's put it like that. The rune work specifically is usually done in stone and metal, things like that. But this is obviously dwarven runes. You don't know what they are, but you recognize them, and it's only a small fraction of the page. The rest of it could almost be gibberish to you, but you do recognize that they are symbols. The rest of them are symbols of some kind, so you do recognize a piece. If you'd like to tell her that.
Yeah, I think I'm too terrified to try and be clever and lie at this point.
Okay. I see you recognize some of what is told.
Yeah. There are words in there that I see the words. I'm pretty sure, I don't think any of them are cuss words, but yeah.
I tell you what, one of many names. I shall help you on this fated journey, but I demand payment. I demand the head of Tarkag, the Unfilled, guardian of the Forbidden Stone, sacred to the children of chaos.
Absolutely. Just let us go, and we will totally take care of him for you.
Are you accepting?
Can I say I'm only saying yes out of fear and wanting to get the hell out of this cabin?
Are you accepting?
I think it would be out of fear. I'm just blindly agreeing to whatever the fuck she wants, as long as I don't die here.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you going to say this with words, or are you going to nod your head?
I think it's a bit of both. This just straight stammering of just sure, absolutely, yes, whatever you need, yes, yeah.
As soon as she starts getting the idea that you're accepting, both of her hands are going to reach out and grab you by both wrists, and she is freakishly strong. Do you want to try to get away from her?
I mean, I think I would initially probably try, but the second there's a resistance, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Don't kill me.
Okay. Well, then we won't worry about a test then. And
it's a futile attempt, and I quickly just submit to whatever the fuck she wants.
As soon as her blank eyes kind of fume with energy briefly, and for a moment you see the young woman that Marius saw. Though you don't realize that, but you see a similar figure. And there is a brand suddenly sears into both of your wrists. And it's in the same shape of the clasp that was holding the scroll together. Okay. You are bound now to more than just fate. And she looks over to Marius, and a similar markings are burning across your wrist. And it's literally burning you guys, branding you, biting into the flesh.
Bloody hell.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Who is this man Jesus you speak of?
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Even in my obviously terrified state, would I understand the significance of what she's saying as far as
you being who you are, you get a grasp that she's speaking about like things far beyond what you ever wanted to experience, like things of life and death and things that could topple the world. Now, what she's asked you to do, you know it's important, but you don't know exactly what it is because you haven't asked.
Right. Oh, no, for sure.
Okay.
More of like use the term bound. Like, do I feel like it's something I can basically okay, I told her I'm going to do this, but I have no intention of actually following through.
With you being who you are,
my character have any idea what it means to be bound to something like this?
Now, I will say magic is a taboo in the Empire up until a few years ago. So you would know a little about magic just from the city that you are from and your background.
Right.
And you would know that some kind of either curse or something similar has been placed on you.
Right. Okay.
That's you're not a magical person, but you know that something has just happened.
So I'm fairly aware that I'm I'm screwed out of any choice in this matter.
Once you agreed, she has cursed you in some way.
Okay. I just didn't know if my character would be aware of this or not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you would get the idea, especially you would kind of understand that something just happened.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to know. So, yeah. So we'll take care of this for you. We'll just, yeah. So we're good.
And she's just gonna kind of look away from you and look at Marius. You wolf. Okay, do you know of Tarkag?
Do I know of Tarkag? DM question.
You do. You do know of Tarkag.
Okay.
Tarkag is the name of the beast lord that has taken up residence in the local area and has been threatening the village. You actually saw him once, briefly. He's massive. Huge even for a beastman.
Yeah.
And he was there at the attack of Sealburg 3 weeks ago. Though his army was decimated and turned away from the walls, he wasn't even wounded. He just was, it was almost like a test for him. And they have gone back into the woods, and you get the sense that they are the ones responsible of everything bad that has happened to you today.
Okay. But you said their army's decimated, but I would educated guess there's probably still a fair amount of beastmen with him, I assume.
There's always a fair amount of beastmen. but you saw, you compared to how many losses Sealburg, there probably was a 5-to-1 ratio. One man from Sealburg died for every 5 to 6 beastmen.
Okay.
So they took massive losses.
Yeah. So once she says, I guess, it's Targag?
Yeah, Tarkag the Unfilled.
Tarkag. All right, let me write that down. Sorry.
That's how I'm going to say it. Tarkag. Tarkag.
Tarkag the Unfilled.
Guardian of the Forbidden Stone, if you want to put that in there.
Guardian, of course.
Put all my stuff in there, damn it.
Guardian of the Forbidden Stone?
The Forbidden Stone, yes.
Okay. I'd probably say Mary should be... Fuck. Yeah. Damn it. You expect us to walk into a beastman lair and slay Targak?
I did not say it would be easy. And she's smiling at you, and she's close to you again now. Suddenly she's close to you. And you see the young woman again. I have faith in your abilities, young sir.
Oh, gee.
And as she says this, she goes, here, this'll help. And she slides her hands around your neck, and you hear a click, and there's a clasp. Suddenly there's a clasp around your neck. Mm-hmm. It's a pendant.
Oh, okay.
Resting on your chest. And she looks over to Ketch, and there's a similar one decorating your neck as well now. Oh. These will help you resist the influence of their kind. And you guys have just received a pendant that gives you resistance to chaos. Influence.
Okay, let me write that down. Do I need to write that down in inventory in any certain way?
Yeah, that would just be inventory. You could put pendant, resistance, chaos.
Okay.
And what that does is that lets you automatically pass the first chaotic influence that you come across. Not the only one, but just the first one.
Okay.
And it'll help with the successful test after that, but...
Okay.
All right.
And you notice that the pendants are actually made from beastman horns.
Okay.
Then she'll look back to Ketch. To take his head, you will need to shatter the stone. The pendants will be necessary. It is very old, very dark, very unnatural.
Well, a lot of that going on right now.
Is it? Marius looks at us. is there any type of timetable we're looking at here, ma'am? You know?
They're kind. Since the fall of the moon, I thought they would leave. They were fated to go. Yet they stay. Tarkag draws power from the stone. You must crush the stone and bring me his head for me to divulge this area of their influence and send you further on your path.
That wasn't exactly my question, ma'am. Is it possible that I can, we can take these women, the young, Miss Suna and her young daughter Abby here back to Steelberg first?
I care not what you do with the harlot. And Suna just kind of Suna isn't speaking anymore after the look you gave her last time. She just kind of is clutching her daughter and just kind of staring at the crone.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she's going to look back at you and say, "You have until Morslib will usurp Mansleb, and the Green Eye will bathe this land in horror, and the children of chaos will feast and devote pleasure to the dark gods. After the dark baptism, Tarkag will take communion of man flesh and sow his seed among the captives taken this day. The unfilled will be left at the sacred stone for 13 days and nights alone, and when he will return with the blessings of the gods and bring low the man-thing's walls and..." Suddenly the lights go out.
Hachi.
And the door creaks open. And there's daylight outside.
Oh, shit.
Spilling in.
Oh. Guess it's time to go, young Master Catch.
Suna busts open the door with the girl, and she's sprinting. And it's odd because her leg, it's starting to bleed, and it looks like whatever has happened to her foot, she is just, in her hysteria, has forgotten, and it's getting worse as she's sprinting out of this house.
I book it after her.
Okay. I need you to make me an athletics test.
All right. Let's see here. Athletics. Oh, shit. It's agility. It's not strength.
Nope.
D&D. All right. All right. Let's see here. Any advantage or disadvantage or straight roll?
You know what? I'll give you the plus 20. I'll give you average.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. I rolled a 46, and my agility is 46.
So dead on the money.
God.
Okay, so you managed to catch her barely.
Okay.
Before she can damage herself anymore. Are you gonna stop her, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm probably. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm probably gonna try to like sweep her off her legs, like kind of like scoop her up, so she's not hurting that leg anymore.
Are you gonna put her in a body bag afterwards?
Put her in a body bag, Johnny. No, I'm not gonna put her in a body bag. I am just gonna look at her and be like, Miss Glasson, you can't be running off on that leg like that. You'll damage it permanently.
God, I can't believe you took us there. Oh God.
Everything's all right. God. Everything's all right. We're alive. Your daughter's alive.
My daughter, where is she?
Yeah, you ran off without her, and so
where is she?
I start walking her back a little bit. And do I see Abby anywhere? Is it
Abby? Abby is on the porch. She is there,
right,
and she comes running. Mommy.
Okay. All right. See, she's fine. Everyone's fine.
All right. What about you, Catch? Are you still inside?
No, as soon as the door opened and those dumbasses ran out like that, I'm like, seek, and we just make my way out, and I have every intention to catch up to Maris because there was something I caught during their conversations that I like to speak to him about. but now I'm just trying to catch up to him.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get the fuck out of that house.
All right. I'm going to say you guys are like probably midway between the hovel and the tree line.
Okay.
Whenever you catch up,
Are we still in like the safe area?
you're still within the barrier that you know of.
Okay. Do I see her crutch anywhere?
You do not.
Ah, fuck. All right. So I guess I just wait there for to catch. To catch up.
So Catch, you and Seek make it to Marius with Abby and Suna.
I get up there, just catch my breath, look at Marius, like, you okay?
I think so. And I look at I have her in my arms, so I'm kind of looking at my wrists. Are they both branded right now?
Yep. Both of your wrists, both you and Catch, both have got seared patterns into your wrists, and they're the same shape as the clasp that was holding the parchment, the rolled parchment together.
Yeah.
So even though he is holding this woman, which means his arms are not free to strike back,
Yes.
I'm about to grab him by his collar roughly,
Oh, gee. All right.
pulling him in like, did this bitch tell you that you knew we were going towards a witch and you said nothing?
She didn't say a witch. She didn't say a witch, mate. All she said was Miss Inga, and she did something with her hands. It was dark as balls out here. I don't know how you did it, but I can't see in the dark.
I let go of him and go to her like, you knew what the fuck we were walking into.
I was terrified. The beasts were at our heels. You can't blame this on me. I had no desire to enter that place. You're the one who gained entry.
And you said nothing the entire mile we trekked through the woods into that fucking
I thought we were
nightmare
following
hole.
Flynn. I didn't realize where we were.
I
Usually,
think you did. I look at
usually
Marius.
it takes many miles to reach her place.
I'm not even listening to her at this point. I'm like, leave her for the fucking demon dogs that we were running from, and let's get the fuck off.
No.
I've completely lost my cool. I'm speaking like the gutter trash I look like. You know what I mean? I'm hot. I am livid.
His teenage
look at
angst
Mr.
have fully taken effect.
Yeah. 17-year-old.
I'm fucking this. I don't care. They could both get eaten in front of me right now. I'm getting back to the fucking road.
Archie. All right. I look at Miss Suna. I'm like, and I will kind of whisper, "Oh, he didn't mean it. He's a young lad. Yeah, you know how it is." I guess I just continue to carry her, and just kind of, I'm like, "Come on, Miss Abby," and let's kind of follow Catch.
So how are you carrying her?
I am assuming. How do I want to say this? Gosh, what's that movie called?
Like
Officer and Gentleman style.
Oh no! Like through the threshold. Like
Through the threshold style.
yes. Okay. Good. I will say, as strong as you are, it's not that hard. She's not exactly a large woman. She's fairly good looking.
Oh, okay.
Decently good looking woman.
And while I walk up to the barrier part, I'm still kind of actively looking for Crush.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. You don't see the crutch.
Oh fuck! All right.
In fact,
then I'm still carrying her.
In fact, you guys make it to the kind of barrier, right?
Mm.
And it's kind of shimmering almost. The light is shimmering off of it. The broad daylight is. You guys might have seen this if you would have gotten here earlier. Will you step through it?
Is Catch leading or am I leading?
I would say Catch is leading because Catch is stormed off.
Yeah, 100%. And at this point, even though I know we could be walking into the trap of the man who I flipped off, my character's not even thinking straight right now. I'm huffing it back to the road.
Okay. So, as you're about to breach the barrier, you hear a voice again. You, before you go, know she is treacherous. And know if this is only Ketch can hear this.
Okay.
And know that if you are to fulfill your fate and your obligation to me, you must come and seek me out after you speak to the men of the village, and I will aid you once more. Yeah. And that's all you hear as you pass through the barrier. Only in your head, Catch. Only you.
Yeah. Great. I'm just saying, I'm muttering that to myself.
Okay.
Yes. Great. Now she's in my fucking head, even go. Okay. Wonderful. Grand.
So you pass through the barrier. The path looks a little different. Marius, are you following like right behind him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you both pass through the barrier. Are you guys just going to keep walking immediately, or are you going to look around?
I'd probably glance around.
Okay.
Just see.
You're looking for that crutch?
Looking for that damn crutch.
Okay, so Marius, you look around. The trees you just passed through aren't there anymore.
Oh shit.
You look behind you. It's just woods.
Oh shit.
Like the hovel's gone. The totem's gone. All the signs and the trees, everything is gone. It's just more woods.
Yeah. Shit! I was just kind of like looking around, almost panicking. Just kind of like, amazed and panicked, and just kind of go, let's get back to fucking Steelbeck.
All right, who's leading?
Oh, I think I'm definitely leading the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a perception check. You can use Seek for this if you'd like, for tracking your way back.
Can I aid him just because I kind of know?
Because
I think
you know the way
area
of the land. I could say you could aid him, so that add a +10 plus whatever Seek gets.
Okay.
All right. So you said perception, right?
Yeah, it'll be perception. It'll be smell, so he'll get his bonuses.
Right. So that's 30 plus 34, so 64.
And plus 10 for
right.
Yeah.
74. Sorry, it's getting late.
Yeah, no.
And that is a 24, so that's 5 degrees of success.
Okay. So Seek immediately picks up a scent, and you get the idea that he's following a path back to the road, possibly, hopefully. It's not the same way you came in. In fact, you have no idea where the hell you are anymore. The woods look completely different than the first time you came through here. And Marius, you're nowhere near your camp. You were somewhat close to your camp. I mean, within 5-10 minutes of your camp, you're passing, and you have no idea where you're at. Eventually, with Seek's roll, I'd say within the next 20 minutes, you guys finally make it to the path. And you make it to the path, and you look left and you look right, and you have no idea which direction you're going. But Seek perks up. He starts moving towards the right. Are you guys following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
Okay. We're still following. And you're moving at not a great pace. Just because you're carrying. Because you're carrying Suna. And Abby's starting to kind of get tired. Her little legs are kind of not keeping up as well anymore. So you're at like just an average walk at this point. I will say this: are you going to leave them behind, Catch?
You know what? Honestly, at this point, I'm just angry and scared and not happy with myself for having these kind of weaknesses in front of these strangers. So I'm just huffing it. I don't care if they're behind me or not.
Okay, so we'll say you pull a little bit ahead, and you guys you're walking, and you get another 20 minutes has passed, and you're not to town yet. And Catch, you see this before everyone else since you're so far ahead. You come across the wagon. It's still flipped over, but all the bodies are gone. Specifically, the human bodies are gone. The beastmen bodies are still laying there, but they are severely rotting. Almost like they've been out there a few days at this point.
Huh.
Like pustules and like bloating, and you're not exactly a doctor, but you get the feeling that they've been out in the sun and the elements for a little while now. But the human bodies are missing. Are you going to slow down and look around, or are you just going to push through?
No, that would definitely give me, pause for sure.
Okay, I'll say that gives a chance for Marius to catch up to you guys at the wagon. So you guys are at the wagon now, looking around. Like I said, the human bodies are gone, but the beastmen corpses are still laying there, rotting. The wagon looks like somebody's been ripping through it, through the contents of the crates, and specifically the barrels of what you know, Catch, to be cheap ale are gone. The crates that were unopened are smashed into splinters, and whatever is inside is not there anymore. You see specks of like food of some kind, and you see actually peeking deep into one of the crates, which you don't know which one it is anymore because they're so smashed. You see military rations, some military rations. You also see some basic foodstuffs, but there's not much left, and it looks like it may or may not be tainted by whatever smashed through here. And it looks like there was a hidden compartment underneath one of the crates, which is open and empty at this point. And you also find some very oddly shaped herbs that are just kind of like laid out. Looks like they've been out in the sun and they shouldn't have been. They've kind of crinkled up and they're just kind of almost dust at this point when you get too close to them. But it looks like considerable time has passed. Much more time than just the night that you think you've spent, or just the probably 20, 30 minutes you've spent in Mother Inga's hut.
Well, son of a bitch.
What would you like to do?
Can we see like visible tracks of any kind, like say like wheels or just a lot of footprints?
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception test. It'll be average, plus 20, for you, not for Seek.
Right.
And then you can do the same too, Marius, if you'd like, or you can assist him.
I'll probably assist him.
Okay, so add a plus 10, so it'll be a plus 30 for you.
Plus 30, so that'll be a 59. That's a 27, so 3 degrees of success.
Okay. So you do see tracks. They don't look human. They don't look like cloven hooves either, though. If anything, they look really familiar to you. They look rat-like, but they're too big to be a rat. Much too big. And they're all over this area, everywhere. And they're going off in all kinds of directions, almost as if they were purposely leading people in multiple directions.
I think we just need to get to town at this point.
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
Okay. All right. As you guys push on to move, the body that you found, the mysterious body, is also gone.
Let's get to town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the woman and the young Abby's probably getting a little ornery, so I'd probably be like, yeah, we just need to head
All
on
right.
to town.
So you're moving again. Are we going to do the same order with Catch up front?
Probably, since I'm carrying the woman.
We're both up front.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Seeker.
I'll still.
I don't care about this woman and her job anymore at this point.
Yeah, I noticed. So we'll say another 10, 15 minutes passes, and you're getting close to town once again. You're coming up on the butchered corpses of the horses, and they look also like they've been out here for quite a while. Do you want to stop and look at them? Or do you want to just press on?
They look gross and rotting?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. You keep pressing on.
Marius probably glances at these things and probably questions like, oh shit, this is out of the ordinary, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see that. You make it a little bit further, and you see a body laying in the road right past the horses as soon as you take the turn. The head's gone.
Gotcha.
There's a
Human
pick
body?
laying by its side.
Oh, shit. Think we found Finn.
Oh, gee. I try to kind of shield Abby's eyes, shield her from the side of it.
All right. You just you shield Abby's, and soon it's like,
Yeah.
my God, I thought we were following him.
Don't even think about it, ma'am. We just gotta get you home. All right. Your husband's probably sick with worry.
Catch. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
There's a 16 from 29, so that's 1 degree of success.
You make it a couple paces past the body. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right at all. Seek starts growling. He's glancing around. And then you hear it. The low growl that you heard not too long ago. And then you see it out of the corner of your eye. You see a face just past the tree line, almost smiling at you, if a goat-like man could smile. And he stares at you with his inhuman eyes and locks eye contact with you. And behind you, you hear rustling. What would you like to do?
Draw my sling, try to load ammo in it quick before whatever it is leaps out at me.
Okay, as soon as you draw your sling, that's where we're ending this episode.
All right.
Oh, that went unexpected places, boys.
Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
How'd it feel?
What in the plan?
I feel good. I liked it. A lot of
it was
intrigue.
tense. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well,
So how much did we diverge you from your plotted course?
a little way, quite a ways actually. It was quite a ways off the mark.
Good. Well, you did phenomenal. I couldn't have told. I honestly thought that you manipulated us all the way through.
Nope.
Yeah,
Very good.
I did not. I didn't know what you guys were going to end up doing. So yeah, I had some written out, but I didn't have most of it for sure. But
Yeah.
real quick,
Fantastic.
since this is the second half and we're closing out, if you want to give your quick plug, Sean.
Thanks as always. Yes, just a quick plug. That Mr. Jumbo Thick is always nice enough to let me give to you good people. I am part of a comic book based podcast called Southern Fried Geekery. We are available on anywhere that you can get podcasts, from iTunes, Google Play. We even have a YouTube channel, Southern Fried Geekery Podcast, that we upload the podcast to, if that's your preferred method of listening to nerds talk about comics and geekdom of all sorts. I enjoy doing this. We've even had a special about doing Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder games. So this is something that's within our wheelhouse. But like I said, we are mainly a comic book oriented podcast that wants to spread the positivity of our fandom. A lot of podcasts like to just kind of do the negative, and we like to focus on why we love what we love. So thank you, Jumbo Thick, for having me as a player and allowing me to plug my show.
Yeah, and thanks for playing, man. I know it's whenever we're recording these, it's pretty late at night, just because it's hard for our schedules to line up. So forgive us if we start to to lose it towards the end. But I definitely like to thank Sean for playing, and you as well, Mr. Smooth. You did very well, I must say. Some good role playing.
Chad, I'll get the accent down eventually.
Well, it's fine if it slips. I'm sure I slip multiple times, so don't worry about it. but yeah, for sure though, you keep it in character, and hopefully I'm trying to, it's your character to grow as a game plays. So like what you have in mind for what our characters are when we first made these guys, which we both did that random rolling way of creating these guys. Yep.
It's still going to evolve. So even if you have an idea typically of what you want to be, it's usually different by the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm discovering new things about my fear of old crones. And
yeah, maybe you have a fear of crones now. Yeah, it'd be awesome. But thank you guys for playing. I'm going to officially end the stream, guys. So as usual, I have been your GM for the evening, Jumbo Thick. Thank everybody for watching. Make sure to support Sean at the Southern Fried Geekery if you get a chance. As well, support me, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content that you're seeing. And also, if you'd like to see more of this, make sure to leave comments down in the comment section and just let us know what you guys think about the game and about what's going on or what you guys want to see. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a new episode. Have a good day.